For a time there was great hope that a lasting peace was finally within reach. Unfortunately, the promise of the Oslo Accords was never fully realized. The process was derailed by extremists on both sides who opposed the peace efforts. A wave of suicide bombings by Palestinian militant groups against Israeli civilians shattered public trust, while the assassination of Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin in 1995 by a Jewish extremist opposed to the peace deal dealt a devastating blow to the process. A second intifada, which was much more violent than the first, broke out in 2000, leading to years of intense conflict. In 1994, Israel did sign a peace treaty with Jordan, its eastern neighbor, but a comprehensive peace with the Palestinians and other Arab nations like Syria and Lebanon remains elusive. The land of Israel holds a unique and profound importance for three of the world's major monotheistic religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. This shared holiness makes it a place of deep spiritual meaning for billions of people around the globe, but it also makes it a source of competing claims and religious tension. For the Jewish people, it is the promised land, the heart of their faith and their very identity. Jerusalem is the site of their holiest place, the Western Wall, which is the last remaining remnant of the retaining wall of the Second Temple. For millennia, Jews have prayed here, mourning the temple's destruction and hoping for its rebuilding. Almost the entire Hebrew Bible is set within its hills and valleys. For Christians, this is the Holy Land, the place where Jesus Christ was born, lived, preached, was crucified, and was resurrected. Key sites from the Gospels are located throughout Israel and the Palestinian territories. Bethlehem is revered as the birthplace of Jesus. Nazareth was his childhood home. The Sea of Galilee is where he performed many of his miracles, and Jerusalem is the location of the most sacred events in Christianity. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem is built over the site where Christians believe Jesus was crucified and buried. Millions of Christian pilgrims travel to Israel each year to walk in the footsteps of Jesus and connect with the physical roots of their faith. For Muslims, the land is also deeply sacred. The Quran tells the story of many of the same prophets revered in Judaism and Christianity, such as Abraham or Ibrahim, and Moses or Musa. Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad made a miraculous night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem. From a rock on the Temple Mount, which Muslims call the Haram al-Sharif, or Noble Sanctuary, they believe he ascended to heaven. This event makes Jerusalem the third holiest city in Islam, after Mecca and Medina. The Dome of the Rock was built over this sacred rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque stands nearby. This holy site is a major center of Muslim worship and pilgrimage. The close proximity of these holy sites, especially in Jerusalem's Old City, is a powerful symbol of the land's shared heritage. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Western Wall, and the Dome of the Rock are all located within a short walk of each other. This physical closeness, however, also highlights the deep-seated political and religious conflicts. The Temple Mount, or Haram al-Sharif, is perhaps the most contested piece of religious real estate on earth. Who controls it, who can pray there, and how it is managed are questions at the very heart of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The land's sanctity to so many different groups makes it a place of both immense spiritual power and intense political struggle. The history of Israel is not a closed chapter, it is a story that continues to unfold every day, with significant consequences for the Middle East and the entire world. The journey from an ancient promise to a modern state is a remarkable tale of persistence, faith, and struggle. It represents the fulfillment of a 2,000-year-old dream for the Jewish people to return to their ancestral homeland and re-establish their national sovereignty. This achievement, however, came at a great cost and created a new and complex set of challenges that define the region's political reality. The creation of Israel in 1948 fundamentally redrew the map and the balance of power in the Middle East. The central, unresolved issue remains the conflict with the Palestinians. This conflict is not just a dispute over land, it is a clash of two national narratives, two peoples who claim the same territory as their rightful home. The core issues, the final borders between Israel and a future Palestinian state, the status of Jerusalem, the fate of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, and the question of Palestinian refugees, are incredibly difficult to solve. Generations have now grown up in the shadow of this conflict. Finding a just and lasting peace that provides security and dignity for both Israelis and Palestinians is one of the most pressing diplomatic challenges of our time. Israel itself has grown into a vibrant, complex, and modern society, It is a world leader in technology and innovation, often called the startup nation. It has absorbed millions of Jewish immigrants from all corners of the globe, creating a diverse and dynamic culture. At the same time, it faces deep internal divisions. There are ongoing debates between secular and religious Jews, tensions between Jews of European descent and those from Middle Eastern backgrounds, and a fundamental challenge in balancing its identity as both a Jewish state and a democratic one, especially concerning the rights of its large Arab minority. These internal struggles are a key part of Israel's ongoing story. Ultimately, the history of Israel matters today because it is a story about identity, homeland, and survival. It touches upon some of the most fundamental questions of human existence. The historical events, from the ancient kingdoms to the modern conflicts, have created layers of memory, trauma, and aspiration that continue to motivate all the people involved. Understanding this long and complicated journey, with its triumphs and its tragedies, its moments of hope and its periods of despair, is essential for anyone who wants to understand the modern Middle East. The past is not just the past here, it is a living presence that shapes the present and will undoubtedly continue to shape the future.